Hello and welcome. Today I am going to be I'm gonna start a Pokemon Emerald Wedlocke. Sorry, that always gets me every time. Series. And here in this video I'm going to tell you the rules for for the series. So here we go. So the first rule: once your Pokemon have fainted, they are considered dead, basically. So you can either release it, or if you really want to, you can keep it in a memorial PC box, but it must stay in that PC box permanently and can never be used again. Rule 2 is you can only catch the first Pokemon of an opposite gender of the last Pokemon you caught on a route. I've worded that quite confusingly. I don't think that's even a word. I'm confused myself now. You can basically, if you started with a male Bulbasaur and you went to the first route on the game, you would have to catch a female Pokemon because you started with a male, and then sorry, that's the next rule. No, that's rule 4. And genderless Pokemon cannot be caught. The reason for this I will explain to you in a minute. Rule 3 is you have to nickname all your Pokemon because they're like family, they're your friends. You're going to be traveling with them for a long time, and you need to stay close to them, really. So yeah. Rule 4 is Pokemon must be used in pairs. So here's where that male and female catching thing comes in. Once you've caught both those Pokemon, they are referred to as a couple or best friends or mates or anything really, and only those two Pokemon can be used in a battle. So but if say your male Pokemon fainted, you can only send out your female Pokemon, and your female Pokemon would have to avenge your male Pokemon. However, if the female wins the battle, you can go to your PC and you can take out any male Pokemon you want to pair up with that female Pokemon. However, if you have no male Pokemon in your PC, you can go out and catch another male Pokemon to partner with your female Pokemon. So that's that. Rule 5: you cannot switch your party Pokemon with ones on the PC. Ways around this is you could either release your Pokemon, which most people feel bad about doing, because if you have male and female and they're best friends or something, and you release one of them, it's just, yeah, you wouldn't feel very nice. You could let one of them die, which again isn't very nice. You might not want to do that, but you could if you wanted to. Or I made up this rule myself. You could leave the Pokemon in the daycare. So you wouldn't really lose anyone. However, the other couple would have to die or be released for the other Pokemon to be taken out of the daycare. And rule number 6, I also made this one up. Only partners can have offspring together, which is probably the case on normal Nuzlocke, unless you can't actually lay eggs. I mean, Wedlocks, unless you can't actually lay eggs. Only 2 Pokemon as partners can be stored in the daycare together to lay eggs, and and say you can't just store one of them, you must store both Pokemon in the partnership, and you also have to however, you cannot store, say, a male from one partnership and a female from one partnership just because they are in the same egg group. You can't do that. They must be in the same partnership. And that's really all the rules. So I'll see you in my Pokemon Emerald Wedlocke. Can't wait. Goodbye.